So I love bringing my podcast guests back because I love to see the growth, and a lot of my guests have pivoted in their businesses, and I want to help promote that in any way I can. And today I have Laura Jewett, who is with Inspired Living Collective. And when I had her on the podcast last time, she had her assistant Katie with her, which is here today, but she's recording us today. And we had touched on just building your team. And so today I have her back because Laura has added another hat to her collection of hats. She is a contributing author to a new book called Local Leader Referral Secrets: How to Grow Your Real Estate Business Through Relationships and Referrals. And this book isn't really just for real estate agents, it's entrepreneurs as a whole. They talk about all different tips and tricks and everything to build relationships with your clients. And so I appreciate, Laura, you being here today. You are an extremely busy woman, so I appreciate your time today. And I want to know how it feels to add that other hat of being now an author. How did it feel to be in this book?
Thanks so much for having me again. I really appreciate being here. Yes, so the book process was really interesting and a lot of fun. I love to write in general, but just never thought that I'd be able to co-author a book.
Right.
So it's really exciting for me to be able to share my thoughts and my passion for how I like to conduct my business with others, and what has been beneficial and influential and successful for me in building relationships and how we've kind of gone about doing that. It's just really fun to share it and hopefully make the industry as a whole better, but not only our industry, but other sales related industries as well.
That's amazing. And so there's 22 different real estate agents in this book that have written a chapter.
Correct.
And there are, oh my gosh, millions of agents in Arizona. How did you become one of the 22 for this book?
So I have a relationship. We also sponsor a community-based website called Through Park Bench that really just helps us to develop relationships with other local small business owners, but also to help them promote their businesses and help them be successful. So we really love that community aspect of things, of being able to help and support and build other businesses.
Okay.
And then also as well to help us, to be seen as a local leader in our communities and one that supports the community at whole. So the company that we work with to sponsor that website for our community is called Park Bench, and they were also the collaborators on putting this book together. So which I really love, everything that they do is in support of building businesses and in an organic way that helps the community as a whole. So that was part of the selection process, was just my relationship with them and the success that I've had with them in being a community leader.
Awesome. And Park Bench is a nationwide thing?
It is nationwide.
Okay.
And actually Canada as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know if I've already mentioned this, the 22 different agents in here are from across the country. And I think there's one or two more that are in Arizona.
No, I'm the only Arizona.
Okay.
But I do believe there's one in Canada as well.
Okay. And that's awesome. I love how he brought all of these people together with the different aspects of their businesses and just kind of one of the reasons why I host this podcast is to help, the community, help different entrepreneurs with a different platform to get their names out there. And so the like-mindedness of just helping each other and promoting each other is just so awesome. And that's what makes this book so great too. Within your chapter, and I won't give it all away, you guys got to go and buy the book. First of all, did become a bestseller on Amazon, right?
National bestseller in several categories, yes.
Wow.
Actually, international bestseller in several
Wow,
categories.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Okay, and I'll have to have you like autograph my book before you leave. But within your chapter, you talk a lot about, you know, the reason why many move to Arizona, your balance between work and personal life. But what I enjoyed was your dedication to being a leader in the community. And so what does that mean to you?
I really, again, just supporting other small businesses, finding ways to support each other that still builds our business as well. So I think there's just so much room to integrate what others are doing into our business to help, again, to just have that growth opportunity
Right.
and exposure opportunity. So we love, you know, some of the people that we've interviewed. One of the local caterers now does all of our housewarming parties. We've made connections between different groups that we've sponsored. We have, you know, Candle Maker, who's amazing, and, you know, trying to get her in with one of the coffee shops that we've interviewed to make custom candles for their coffee shop,
Right.
coffee infused candles. So there's just so many great little ways. We have a mixologist that's amazing, and he hosts parties to do, which basically coming into the holiday season is a great idea. Like if you're just looking for something fun, have it catered, have your mixologist there, everybody gets to participate, make a fun cocktail. So we've really integrated all these people, a lot of these people that we've interviewed, and trying to develop and retain those relationships and build on them to not only support them, but to support our business as well.
Right.
So it's just, I think just getting out there and being involved in the community and seeing who's around you. I think we just kind of go blind through life sometimes. And,
Yes.
you know, we stay in our bubble, and, you know, we're just always so busy that I think if we just take the time to really take a look at who's around us and,
Right.
you know, all the other amazing businesses and people that are in our community, and just embracing them and trying to support them.
Yeah.
I think it makes such a big difference if we all kind of just made a little bit more effort to do that.
Right. And, you know, you're one of a few that I have had on this podcast that feels the same way. I've had this conversation a few times recently about, you know, networking is so important, and we all know it's, you know, who you know. And when you have an opportunity to know a lot of people in a lot of different industries, sometimes others tend to feel like, you know, oh, I don't want to ask them to help me out, to give me a recommendation. And it's like, no, that's what we want. You know, we want you to come to us and be like, so do you know anybody in the photography world? Do you know anybody in the real estate world? Do
Yes.
you know anybody? Do you know a mixologist? We're all here to give those recommendations to people, and not, you know, we're not holding them to ourselves, you know, and you're not less of a person for asking who you know, right?
I get calls on a daily basis asking for, you know, I have a plumbing issue, I have a, you know, roof that needs fixing, you know, it's everything, the whole gamut. So, and I love, again, this just helps me to get more, to build that referral base of people that we know, like, and trust, that we want to refer, and that, you know, have done, again, like-minded people that have the same philosophy about, you know, doing the best for their clients and,
Right.
And giving back.
Right. And being able to, you know, I always say, like, you know, my clients come in as clients and they leave as friends.
Yes.
And that is the whole purpose, I think, of life right now, is that, oh, that's okay. Technical difficulties, it's all good. But yeah, just being able to, you know, build those relationships, which are sometimes lacking, you know, especially when after the pivot really of COVID and so many people now working from home. I mean, I see myself with that problem sometimes, as if I'm not on a shoot or I'm not hosting a podcast, I don't want to go out of the house and meet new people. But that's what it's all about. It's getting back out into your community and meeting people, and you never know who you're going to come across, referrals and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a different world out there. So I think, just making those human connections again is really important.
Exactly. And one of the things that you are so incredibly good at, and I love the passion that you have, is your community outreach. Not only do you host events to bring your clients together, or potential clients, friends of clients, what have you, you're also out giving back. And again, I'm not going to give away your whole chapter, but just tell me one of the charities that you donate to.
Oh goodness. Okay, so as it's hard to pick one, but we have our four primary charity partners that we just absolutely adore. They're all literally amazing. The people that run these organizations, I just can't say enough about them. Just truly, truly special people. But all of them have a special place in my heart. We have them in 4 different categories, and we did that because we know we want our clients and our friends and our tribe to be able to connect to them as well. So with every real estate transaction that we do, we contribute back to one of those charity partners, and we allow our client to pick which one speaks to them and why it's special to them, and then we contribute on their behalf to that charity. And then throughout the year we also do, as you mentioned, our events that just celebrate our clients, celebrate relationships, doing just something fun, again, to celebrate them. So we do those, but in conjunction with all of those events, we do a collection drive to help support one of those charity partners. So we do those throughout the year, so it's a lot of fun. We have our movie events and I Love You Latte events, and we've done bingo, and we've done a lot of really great things. Our next event we have coming up is our holiday event that we do to celebrate our clients and to allow them. We have Santa comes and we have breakfast with Santa, and they get a professional photo with that they can post on their put in their Christmas cards for the year. So it's always a lot of fun, and we do a collection drive that for all 4 of our charity partners at that event. So that is our big collection drive of the year, and we actually open that up to the public, just if they are looking for somewhere to contribute to. Really great organizations. We have Maggie's Place that helps homeless women, and really their programs are simply amazing. So also one of the other partners that we have is Arizona Helping Hands, which helps foster kids, and I think Maggie's Place is so special because they help prevent these kiddos from ever having to go into foster.
Okay.
So training the moms to be moms,
Yeah.
and giving them the resources they need to be successful, so that they don't ever have to lose their kids. So it's just
It's an amazing thing of what you're doing, and the holidays are fast approaching, and a lot of people start thinking about how they can give throughout the holidays.
Yes.
But this is an ongoing thing, and you make sure that it is ongoing. It is not just a holiday thing, it is throughout the year, and these are the things that are making you stand apart as what you do for a living.
Well, these charities have different needs throughout the year as well, and so yes, during the holidays people are more at the forefront, and but it's like you said, important to recognize that there's needs throughout the year and that they do change throughout the year. So it's been really fun. We also do Giving Saturdays, actually this Saturday we are going to Maggie's Place and just doing whatever they need us to do. If it's organizing, cleaning, painting, whatever it is, we have a group of us going. So we also host those throughout the year. So it's again just another great way. Sometimes I know it's kind of intimidating, or just to find the time or to take the effort to find the opportunities.
Right.
So we have those opportunities, and we're always looking for people to join us.
That was going to be a question of mine. So, okay, we could just hop over to your contact information to see how we can volunteer with you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. We finally put together our 2023 calendar. So it has kind of our tentative dates for all of our events, all of our volunteer days, everything's on there. So we just would really love anybody in the community that wants to be involved. We would love to have you, and just reach out to us, and we could happily put you on our invitation list for our events as well.
Okay, I love that, and I can put that in the show notes as well so that everybody can check that out. It's an amazing thing what you're doing, and I look at you, I'm watching you speak, and we're talking about so many things that you do, but then your main hat is a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you even sleep? I just always wonder that about you. I don't see any bags under your eyes. You look very well rested. I mean, how do you balance, everything that you do and then your personal life and having time with your family?
Yeah, I sometimes wonder too. I'm like, the days go by so fast. I'm like, how's the day over?
Right.
So, I really try and be very efficient and productive with my time. Having Katie is amazing because we, accomplish so much together. And she really makes all of this possible, that we can do all of these things, because, just having another person that can read my mind and can fill in the blanks and really do all that she does makes it all possible. And then real estate, I've been doing it for 22 years. That is literally second nature to me. So,
Right.
I love real estate. I love helping people, connecting people with their homes and helping them, maximize their profits on their sales, and having that background in construction and design and everything else too. We really have that kind of full gamut of knowledge and service,
Right.
to help really any situation.
Right. Which is amazing as well. I just congratulate you on all of the success and the huge smile on your face. You could just see the passion just coming through, and it's a really awesome thing. And so, talking real estate real quick, I guess I could ask something, informational here. What would you say is the projection for 2023 in the real estate market?
Yeah, we still have a supply issue. So we have a lot more people coming here, moving here than we do homes.
Okay.
So we're not going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't 2008.
Right.
We still have a very, very strong market. We're still projecting appreciation rates, positive appreciation rates. It's just a readjustment of our thinking. People got lulled into thinking that 2 and 3% interest rates was a normal thing.
Right.
It was very manipulated. That rate, it was it was not a normal rate ever.
Right.
So I think it's just readjusting our perspectives. And I think, I use that word a lot in my life. It's really all about perspective. I think there's some really amazing opportunities in our market right now. People have kind of taken a step back, I think kind of waiting through this election cycle to see kind of what happens, as well as just kind of getting scared off by these interest rates that are, more in the normal range.
Right.
A little bit high, but still, still more in the normal range. So there's less demand right now, so people are taking a step back. So it's really a great opportunity, because we've seen those, the prices adjusting down in community with everything happening. So the prices have been coming down, so there's great opportunities to get a better deal on a home. Yes, you have a higher interest rate, but that interest rate can change.
Right.
You can always get a new interest rate or refinance later down the line. So I think it's just, again, an adjustment in that perspective of, there are some really, really great opportunities to maybe get a great deal on a house, because when interest rates start to drop again, the people are going to come back into the buying game.
Right.
And demand's going to go up, and then the prices are going to go up. So it's all kind of
It just all fluctuates.
It all fluctuates. So
Yes.
I think it's really, just communicating what your needs are right now, figuring out what the best path for yourself is, and talking to a professional to help you, guide you through that process. But there's really, really fantastic opportunities now, and I think next year, interest rates should settle down a little bit more. Hopefully we're back down into the, you know, 5s, 6s, and I think, you know, the demand's gonna be there, and I think it's gonna be a strong year, so.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to strong and more calm and less worry maybe going into 2023, but that's like the biggest thing. It's, you know, when you say perspective, everything that's going on in our country right now, you know, it's, you have to have the right mindset, you have to have the right perspective that the world's not going to come crashing down. You know, if we just, worrying does nothing, so you just continue to do what you can every day, and it will get through it,
Yeah,
because we always do.
I think the biggest thing too is just remember to be kind.
Oh, absolutely. That is one thing that you see very often. I'll tell you this quick story. It was cute. So I was a bartender at my parents' restaurant for like 16 years. I worked there for 22. And I made it a point that every customer that came in, you know, when you start a tab for somebody, I would just ask their name as opposed to red shirt guy or whatever. And I had a really good memory back then, but even still, I made conversation with my customers, and when they came back in the next day, because I put their name in, I knew what their name was, I knew what they wanted to drink. I built regulars very quickly. And I don't frequent bars anymore. I mean, we're sitting at my bar in my house, so this is about as far as the bar is for me. But I am not a regular anywhere, okay? And so I go to the grocery store probably 3 and 4 times a week because I either forget something or they're out of something. And one cashier in particular, she just remembers me. Every time I come in, she strikes up conversation. And so I told her the other day, I said, I appreciate that. I appreciate the kindness that you give to me, and I appreciate that you recognize me, because I'm not just a once a week or once a month shopper here. I'm here all the time. And there are other cashiers that don't. They don't care to make eye contact with you and ask you how your day is. So yeah, you never know who you're gonna impact by saying just one thing to them, just being kind.
Being kind, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't all have to have the same perspectives on things, and
Right.
you know, it's just to be kind to them.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I appreciate you being here. I wanted to ask one last question. If you could give advice to any new agents coming into the market, what advice would you give?
Oh goodness, one thing.
Okay, it could be a few if you want.
I think we talked about this before, but just really knowing what your goals are going into, why you're going into real estate, and going into it for the right reasons of being passionately enthusiastic about helping people, and then building out your business model to support that it is bigger than just real estate, and it is bigger than just houses, and that you are part of a community, and that you are helping build communities by buying and selling homes. So again, acknowledging that and helping to support that community that you're in.
Right, because they're people too, and you want to make them that personal level of, you know, of business to make them feel, you know, special,
Yes.
right? And that's what it all boils down to.
Well, then getting back to the whole neighborhood mentality, which is another reason that we host the housewarming parties, to reconnect neighborhoods again, and that which I think we've kind of lost. I think we've lost a lot of, again, that human contact.
Yes,
So.
yes, for sure. Well, I appreciate you being here. I will definitely put all of everything that we talked about in the show notes, and how people can contact you if they want to help be a volunteer for these charity events. And I'm looking forward to getting out there with you as well. And, you know, we'll just like I keep telling all my guests, we'll bring you back in a year. We'll see where you are then.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. We have our wish list for all of our charities, so we'll share that with you. So
Perfect.
if anybody wants to donate, we'd love your support.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.